record this as well. Okay, beta. So today what we're discussing is um, can you hear me clearly? Uh, is my voice clear? Can I start? Mirha, Fiza, Fiza, can you hear me? Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay, right. Why, it's not clear?
no, I can hear you.
Okay, fine. So we're discussing our text file handling. First of all, from a theoretical point of view, why text file handling is important. Because obviously, if you save data, otherwise it will save in RAM. You have to permanently store it. And obviously, if we for biometric attendance system and for other softwares where you just need is a very light data storage, text handling, text is one of the best option. So you can save your file in a TXT file. So if you don't have a lot of data, you can use a TXT file to save your data. It is permanent, okay, can be used in so many places for data logging, okay, to capture the data automatically, okay, so that we don't have to use is more complicated database softwares. Text file is a good option. Now, this lecture will revolve around text file handling. So let me open up. Previously, binary file handling was in your syllabus, but now it's not. So that's a good thing. So text file handling, right? I am going to record. Am I recording? I think so. I'm recording it. I'm recording it. Okay. So first of all, just to elaborate, you should know the following. We have different modes that we have. Okay. So we have is the R mode. The R mode actually it's used for known as the read mode. So by default, when you want to read any file, you can use this. But this for this particular thing, you need to have the file must exist. If the file is there, only then I will be able to read. Then we have is the W mode. The W mode obviously means is the write mode. So the write mode actually means is that you can actually create a new file, okay? And it will overwrite the file. That's W. We also have the X mode, okay? So, sorry, the A mode. The A mode is your append mode. So the append mode. Append mode obviously means is if you want to add data to the uh, existing or to the end of the file, right? And then end of the file. Then we have is your X mode. What is the X mode? The X mode is specifically used to create, okay, create a new file, right? So these are the modes that we have. Somehow I'll just disable it because these are just for notes. So one by one, we will actually have a look at them. How does it work? It's quite interesting as well. So first of all, we will learn how to uh, write to a file. We can even do that. Okay, so for example, um, just one second. So let's say, first of all, what I want to do is I will discuss is file open, and let's say I have is Saem dot txt file. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll use X over here. So let me just run this. So as soon as I run this, you will see is that sine.txt file has been created. Let me just show you. Come in the C drive, user, ID teacher, and this project of ours is project 3. So you simply come to project 3. Okay, so you see sine file is there. Let me show you again. I'll just delete this file. I'll come here and I'll run this again. Once I run this, you will see is that this file is created. If I open this file has nothing. A text file has been created. So initially I can say is we can use this file to create a new file that does not exist, right? So that's how we can actually create a file, right? That's the X mode. Okay, so I'll just keep on making notes as well for all of you. Then obviously how we can do is how to write to the file. For example, how to write to the file that we just created. How can we do that? Okay, no, to the file. Okay, how do you do that? Well, for that I have to do is same. Open, and I have is Saem.txt. And then over here, we will use is the append mode, because obviously I want to append. And then what we'll do is we'll write. So to write we use is f.write. So f.write command will write. So what I want to write, let's say I want to write over there is hi there. And file dot close. Okay. It's always important that you close the file as well. Let me run this. So I run this. Why do I have a syntax error? How? Oh, sorry. Obviously, this was supposed to be a comment.
सर हमें इसका
जी, अब ये देखो, राइट की है ना? ये देखो. If I open this, so hi there has been written to the file. Is it not interesting? So I I have this file. Okay, I am writing hi there to this file. Okay, is that clear? Yes or no? Step by step. I'll just pass this as a comment as well.
Yes.
So here we go. That's a comment. फिर हम करते हैं how to, yeah, you can also read. So let's say I want to say is how to read file directory. Okay, file. Why does it replace? Or simply how to read a file, I would say it, not directory. So again, we can use over here is f is equals to open txt, and over here we will use read is r. Okay. Then in order to read, we will simply say is print f dot read. Oh. So let's see if I run this. Run this. So I can directly read it over here as well. Okay. How to read the file? Let's say I can say it in PyCharm. I hope and it's not complicated. Then what do we have? Then we have is we can do is how to read the file. We can also we talked about W, write mode. So we can create a new, I can overwrite a file. Let's see how we can overwrite a file. So let's say I have over here is so in order to we will use is W. This mode actually is at times irritating. Yes, W. What I'll do is I will just write over here is F dot write, and I can write over here is, let's say, oops, I just replace the previous text. So this one, ठीक है? तो जब हम ये करेंगे, what is going on? Obviously, it will close, and we can obviously is F dot close. Achha, it's always important that you close the file, because if you don't close the file, इससे होता ही है कि resources would be used. So if I run this and if I go back, oh, not this. You see the previous one, जो text मेरा था, it has been replaced by that one because I just did. So I can say is how to overwrite of the file. Fine. So here we go. And let me pass this as a comment. Any question till now? I hope this is not very complicated, is it? Anyone, any question till now? So let's do other stuff. For example, if I want to read the first 5 characters of the line. Okay. So in order to read the first line, we will simply do is इसको ओपन करोगे फाइल, अब तो आपको समझ आ गई होगी, सिंपल सी बात है. And it has to be the read mode, obviously, and we will simply say over here is file dot, हम print कर सकते हैं इसको हम. So we can simply print it, और इसको हम read करते हैं इसमें से. अच्छा, read line भी होता है, वो भी डिस्कस करते हैं. So 5 से क्या होगा? Let's have a look. So what's going wrong? Read. Oh, sorry. It has to be f dot read, because we are reading the file. F represents the file. So yes, these were the 5 words. Space is actually also counting 5. What else can we do? Let's say if I want to write multiple lines, that's also interesting. So let's say I want to do is write multiple lines. Okay, so if I have to write multiple lines, what do I do? If I need to write multiple lines, well, obviously आपने सबसे पहले ये करना है कि इसको ओपन करोगे. Write mode पे, and then I'll simply say is f dot write. I'll write over here is this is the first line. So in order to go to the next line, we will use over here is where is my backward slash. Yeah, slash n. Okay, the same thing, right? So then I will obviously use is multiple times. इसी को मैं use कर लेता हूँ. Control C, and here you go. This is the second line. This is the third line, and this is the fourth line. ठीक है? So obviously whenever you do all this, आपने इसको dot close करना होता है. Let's see. मैं इसको run करता हूँ. So this actually means some data has been written. आप इसको open करके देखो. So you see those lines have been written. ठीक है? So multiple lines. Point था how to write multiple lines. ठीक हो गया? वो भी हमने सीख लिया. You have to practice all this. मैं बल्कि एक्टिविटी भी आज दूंगा इसके बारे में. अच्छा, और हम क्या कर सकते हैं? We can also add more lines. For example, I want to add more lines. Okay. Let's say, but not to replace the previous ones. Right? So let me pass this comment. उसके लिए yes. So yes, we will use the append mode. So append is what I want to discuss. Append किसका काम करता है? This is the कहाँ था? Fourth, the fifth line, right? Obviously, उसके बाद we use slash n, and then we can say is f dot right. And I hope you're with me, all of you. This is the yes or no sixth line. ठीक हो गया? So, and yes, I'll use is slash n. And yes, file dot close. ठीक हो गया? रन करके देखते हैं और इसको ओपन करके देखते हैं. So you see, I get the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, because actually we have appended. Am I right? ठीक हो गया? I hope I'm talking to myself. Okay. Now, maybe at times we may want to read specific line number. How can we do that? So specific line number को read करने के लिए, let's say I have is, oh, I didn't put the double quotes. The read mode, जब भी read करना तो obviously read mode होता है. ठीक है? Double आ गया. So I don't really like this. I want to turn it off. ये और ये. ठीक है? So if I want to read specific line, what will I do is, इसके लिए थोड़ा सा different तरीका होगा. I have to say lines, एक variable different कहूँगा lines का, और या मैं कहूँगा obviously f dot read lines होता है. Okay? And f dot read lines, उसके बाद I can say is print, and I can say is line. Okay? Lines and use two. So this means is, okay, I have to close it as well. File dot close. So if I run this, why is it getting stuck? I run this. So I'm able to read directly. This is the third line. So it starts from 0, obviously, index numbering. So if I write over here, obviously, 1, this is what I get. Second line. And if I write, obviously, 0 over here, I get the first line. Yes or no? So that's how we read this. Read specific number of lines, right? What else? What else? What else? So yeah, these are the basic things. Right, beta? These are the basic things. इसमें और कोई खास क्या? So I can give you an activity जिसके साथ you can actually practice this. Loop के साथ भी आप read कर सकते हो. I mean, you can use a loop to read all this as well. for example, if I want to read line by line, I can also use a loop. So I can say read file line by line. इसकी एग्जांपल मैं आपको देता हूँ. उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे? उसके लिए हम करेंगे वही चीज, file equals to और इसको रीड करने के लिए हम कह सकते हैं फॉर लाइन, लेट्स से इन, अगर हम कहें एफ प्रिंट, I hope you remember what strip was. Okay, it just actually, or f dot. Let's close it. Let's first see, is it working? G. So this way, using the for, we can read all of the lines. Open kore, line in F, and then you run the loop to read all the lines. Okay, using the dot strip. So that's how you can read line by line as well. ठीक है. इसके बाद that's all file handling बेटा. Um, और कोई खास में है नहीं. File handling errors, yes, एक चीज मैं डिस्कस करता हूँ. Somehow could be important. Last thing before I stop. For example, I have it and file errors of what sort. अगर फाइल एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती तब कोई एरर आ जाए, उसके लिए हम यूज कर सकते हैं is try. Okay, this is just the way Java में भी होता है. हम अगर try के साथ ये भी लगता है. So I can say try opening the file. So open Saem, and किस मोड में इसको हम करें? इसको हम कर सकते हैं in the read mode, obviously. Okay, that's the read mode. ठीक है. And then what we can do is let's simply print f dot, oh, f dot close कर लिया हमने. अच्छा, ट्राई, और फिर इसका एक्चुअली यूज करते हैं हम ट्राई एंड एक्सेप्ट. लेट मी फर्स्ट डू इट, अपने आप एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. प्रिंट दिस फाइल does not exist, right? So ये फाइल तो है. लेट मी मेक इट फाइल Saem1. Okay, let me see. I run this. It says file does not exist. अगर मैं करता हूँ Saem, so it reads the file. So try कब होता है, handling करता है, it will try open this and read it, close. Okay, so if it's not, it will come into accept and it will say this. So your file handling is done through try accept. Okay, try catch का भी method use होता है, मगर जावा में ज्यादा use होता है. Over here we use try accept. I hope it's all clear, बेटा. Yes or no? The other part of the lecture हमारा, obviously मैं आपको एक activity भेज रहा हूँ. I'll also share the solution of it. आप पहले try करो and then solve it and practice. Any problem, get back to me. I'll also share the record lecture. आमना बेटा, आपने लेट ज्वाइन किया, मैंने exact 5 क्लास स्टार्ट कर ली थी. So somehow बेटा you joined a bit late. You'll get it. I explained everything very in an easy way. मुश्किल जरा नहीं है. ठीक है आमना सोहेल? आमना बेटा, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. आप get back to me if you have a problem. I'm pretty sure you don't have a problem. काफी basic lecture था बेटा ये. ठीक है.
Okay.
I'll just share it, okay? चलो, okay बेटा. Right? एक सेकंड. मैं वैसे अटेंडेंस लगा लूं आप लोगों की, इन केस. आई नो इट्स लाइक नॉट अ वेरी फॉर्मल क्लास बट स्टिल मैंने सिंस कहा हुआ था तो अटेंडेंस तो बनती है। ठीक है,
लगा लें सर, थैंक यू।
चलो ओके बेटा, ओके बेटा, मैं भेजता हूँ आपको। ओके, अल्लाह हाफिज़।
और आप
जाफर, क्या